Libra, my dear soul in balance. If you're hearing this right now, it's not a coincidence. It's a divine appointment. This video exists because the universe is placing a rare and powerful opportunity in your hands, a chance to step into wealth, stability, and alignment this week, between July 22nd and July 25th. You may have felt it already. A whisper in your heart, a recurring dream, a soft pull towards something unknown but meaningful. Maybe someone you hadn't heard from in years suddenly reached out. Maybe you've been seeing signs 777, 888, the same image repeating itself. These are not random. They are sacred breadcrumbs left along your path. Because Libra, you are being called. Here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot, we don't believe in passive prediction. We believe in divine co-creation. So let me ask you something. What part of your soul brought you here today? What inner shift made you stop scrolling and click on this very video? What if this is the message you secretly prayed for? Because the truth is, the cosmos have aligned in your favor. Venus, your ruling planet, is dancing in harmony with Neptune and Uranus, while the full moon in Capricorn opens a celestial gate directly into your financial house. And right now, Libra, the energy is not whispering, it's calling loudly. This is a moment for receiving, for rising, for preparing, not just emotionally but literally for what you've been asking for. A bag for millions is not a metaphor anymore. It's a spiritual container. It's a declaration that you are ready to hold more, earn more, and become more. Take a breath and let that sink in. Now, before we go deeper into this reading, I want to take a moment to thank you. Truly. Your presence here is not only felt, it's sacred. Every like, every share, every comment, every time you choose to subscribe, you help keep this channel alive, and you send a powerful signal to the universe. I'm open to receive. I'm choosing alignment. So from my heart to yours, thank you. Thank you for showing up. And trust me, you'll want to stay with me until the very last second of this reading. What the universe is about to reveal is more than a prediction, it's a turning point. And it has your name written all over it. Now, before we move forward, I invite you to drop a comment below with the number 888 to affirm your connection to this message. Not just as a viewer but as a conscious participant in your own unfolding destiny. Let's step into this energy together. Let's open that bag. Are you ready, Libra? Let's begin. There's something quietly profound happening beneath the surface of your life right now, Libra, and it's written not in chance, but in the choreography of the cosmos. As we gently transition from the sacred invitation of your soul to receive, into this energetic window of July 22nd to 25th, I want to help you understand what's truly unfolding, so you can meet this moment not just with curiosity, but with conscious presence. The full moon in Capricorn on July 22nd is not just a lunar phase. It is a culmination. An energetic harvest. Capricorn rules discipline, foundation, long-term value, and material structure. This lunation lights up your fourth house, the space in your chart that governs security, home, and emotional grounding. But more than that, it points directly at the roots of your financial ecosystem. Think of every seed you've sown in recent months or years, efforts made behind the scenes, money invested without guarantee, projects you've quietly nurtured. During this full moon, those seeds begin to sprout. Not because they must, but because you are finally aligned to receive them. This is why it's essential to recognize the difference between waiting for luck and preparing for it. Many people confuse faith with passivity. But real faith, the kind that moves mountains, is rooted in action. It's what whispers, "Clear the space. Organize your finances. Be ready for an open door, even before one appears." And so, as the moon shines light on this Capricorn energy, you are being asked, what are you ready to commit to? What part of your life are you willing to stabilize so that abundance has somewhere solid to land? Then, as we move into the radiant alignment of Venus trine Neptune on July 23rd and 24th, something softer begins to stir. While Capricorn teaches structure, this alignment speaks in the language of inspiration. Venus is your ruling planet, Libra. She governs beauty, money, value, and the art of attraction. When she harmonizes with Neptune, the planet of dreams, artistry, and divine imagination, you are granted a creative portal unlike any other this month. It is as if your intuition becomes magnetic. You sense who to reach out to. You feel drawn to write, speak, share, design, or build something. Follow that instinct. It's not random. You're being guided. This is also a potent time to submit proposals, pitch ideas, collaborate with artistic or emotionally intuitive people, or step into a venture that is both beautiful and profitable. Your gifts are not just valid, they are currency. Your ability to harmonize aesthetics, emotion, and insight is worth more than you may currently believe. The energy here supports financial movement that is not hard-earned through force but drawn in with grace. And then, July 25th arrives with a spark, a Sun trine Uranus aspect that electrifies the air. Uranus doesn't ask for permission. It acts. It surprises. It disrupts. But when it does so in harmony with the Sun, the energy isn't reckless, it's revolutionary. You may receive an email that shifts your direction. A call that redefines what you thought was possible. Or an idea so unconventional it frightens you but also lights you up. Don't dismiss these moments. Sometimes, the very thing we didn't plan for is the miracle we've been praying for all along. So rather than ask, "What if I fail?" try asking, "What if this is it?" What if this alignment is not just a nice forecast but your moment to cross over from survival into stability, from planning into profit, from hoping into holding? And if you're wondering how to move wisely, not impulsively, just remember this: when the Lord gives provision, He also grants discernment. You don't need to rush. You only need to listen to your intuition, your timing, and the opportunities that keep nudging at your heart. You are not being tested. You are being trusted. So allow yourself to believe that something good is not only possible, it's present. It's moving toward you now. It often begins subtly, doesn't it? A quiet thought you can't shake. A name that pops into your mind without warning. A repeated number you keep seeing in clocks, receipts, license plates. And while the rational mind may write it off as coincidence, something deeper within you stirs. Libra, this is where intuition speaks. And right now, it is speaking louder than you think. The signs that something big is approaching rarely arrive with fireworks. They arrive in whispers. And for those who are attuned, these whispers are sacred instructions. A simple message from someone you haven't spoken to in a long time may seem like small talk, but it could be an open door. A casual invitation to attend a workshop or a conversation with a stranger might carry the very spark of opportunity you've been asking for. When you keep seeing repeating numbers like 777 or 888, those are not just interesting patterns theory affirmations from the energetic blueprint of life itself that you're aligned, that you're on the edge of something new. You may have felt a growing pull to clean your home, reorganize your finances, or revisit an old dream. Maybe your heart longs to express something that's been buried too long through writing, art, or a conversation you've avoided. These are not random urges. They're responses to the energetic gateway you are now standing in. When we are close to transformation, the body and mind often begin to prepare even before the opportunity physically arrives. From an astrological perspective, this makes perfect sense. The cosmic alignments of this week are activating not only your financial sectors but your intuitive centers. When Venus harmonizes with Neptune, your ability to sense, feel, and receive guidance is heightened. When the Sun connects with Uranus, unexpected shifts don't just occur, they're divinely timed. So if you've been feeling a little more sensitive, more reflective, or even a bit restless, it's because your internal compass is trying to align with a new reality that's being magnetized toward you. One of the most empowering things I can remind you of, Libra, is this: abundance doesn't always knock on your door in the form of money. It often arrives as people, ideas, or shifts in perception. The message from above is not, wait and hope, but rather, watch and respond. Pay attention. Open your inbox. Return that missed call. Say yes to that random invite. Because fortune doesn't always wear a name tag. Sometimes, it shows up dressed as interruption. It's also worth remembering that clarity often comes when we are quiet enough to receive it. You don't have to chase after every lead. Instead, follow the ones that create a gentle stir in your chest. You'll know the difference between noise and guidance. And if you don't know yet, just breathe, because your inner wisdom is already catching up to you. If you're still wondering, how will I know it's the right opportunity? Here's something I've learned from both ancient wisdom and modern alignment. When something is meant for you, it won't need to be forced. It may stretch you, yes, and it may challenge your comfort zone, but it will also feel strangely familiar, like a piece of your future has come home early. So listen closely to what life is trying to tell you now. Open your eyes and soften your heart. The signs are already here. You are not being teased by flattery, being guided. Respond with grace, move with trust, and remember, life isn't just about what you're waiting for. It's about how fully you're showing up for what's already arriving. Sometimes, what shifts your life the most isn't a dramatic event, but a quiet decision to prepare for something greater even before it arrives. Libra, as you've been tuning into the cosmic signs, sensing that a financial breakthrough is approaching, this part of our journey together is about doing more than believing. It's about aligning. Not just emotionally, but physically, practically, and energetically. Because when the universe moves, it doesn't just send you gifts, it asks if you have room to receive them. This is where symbolic action becomes powerful. The act of choosing a special bag, box, or container may seem small, even whimsical, but it's not. In energy work, especially when influenced by both astrology and law of attraction, symbols anchor belief into matter. By choosing a physical object and declaring it your $1 million bag, you're doing something profound. You're signaling that you expect wealth. That you are preparing space for it. That you've decided to stop just hoping and start receiving. Every time you touch that bag, imagine its weight. Let your nervous system experience what it feels like to hold abundance, not in fantasy, but in readiness. And just as it's important to create space for new things, it's equally crucial to release what no longer serves you. Clearing financial clutter, old paperwork, unpaid bills, delayed conversations isn't just a chore. It's an energetic cleanse. When you resolve these lingering to-dos, you lift emotional weight and open mental bandwidth. And more importantly, you send a message to life itself. I am no longer carrying yesterday's burden into tomorrow's blessing. As someone once said with quiet wisdom, to be blessed is not just to be lucky, it is to be ready. Another gentle but transformative practice during this window is reconnecting with people who may hold keys to your next opportunity. That quick message, a kind follow-up, or a reconnection with someone you once collaborated with, might seem casual. But in my work guiding clients around the world, I've seen this again and again. Destiny is often disguised as a simple conversation. The people we've once shared ideas with may be circling back into our lives for a reason. Don't wait for the perfect time. Sometimes the door doesn't open until you knock. Now, let's talk about unexpected abundance. We often focus on what we think our income streams will be, but the universe is rarely that linear. Miracles don't follow spreadsheets. They follow alignment. That's why this practice, writing down 3 possible, surprising sources of money, isn't naive. It's strategic. You're training your brain to expect the unexpected. And expectation is one of the most magnetic forces in the universe. Finally, the ritual. Lighting a candle green for prosperity, gold for wealth isn't about superstition. It's about focus. About presence. About slowing down enough to say, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm ready. When you say aloud, I allow money to come to me freely, unexpectedly, and with love, you're not begging. You're granting permission. You're activating both divine timing and personal responsibility. Because abundance isn't passive, it's participatory. Remember, Libra, this isn't about tricking the universe. It's about becoming the kind of person who can hold what they ask for. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to take one step, then another. The rest will meet you on the path. Keep your heart open, your hands ready, and your belief anchored in quiet confidence. What's coming your way is already on its way. So many times, the greatest barriers to receiving are not the circumstances outside of us, they're the quiet stories we've rehearsed inside for years. As you take aligned action and open doors in the physical world, Libra, this part of your journey is about aligning the heart. Because even if you're logically prepared for success, if deep down you believe you're not worthy of it, you may unconsciously reject the very blessings meant for you. This is where transformation begins, not from force, but from gentle inner honesty. Ask yourself, am I still carrying shame about money I lost in the past? Do I hold a quiet belief that I'm not smart enough, capable enough, or good enough to experience real abundance? These thoughts can be so subtle that we don't even notice them. But the truth is, the energy you hold within either opens the door or keeps it closed. And until we believe we're worthy of what we desire, we tend to push it away without even realizing it. From my years in astrology and energy healing, I've seen that Libra, more than many other signs, tends to seek balance on the outside first. You try to make sure others are okay. You look for harmony in your environment, in your work, in your relationships. But sometimes, the most powerful rebalancing comes from within. It's not about appearing ready. It's about feeling ready. And feeling ready often begins with forgiveness, especially self-forgiveness. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are becoming. There is a gentle wisdom that reminds us, we don't need to be perfect to be blessed. We only need to be available, open, humble, teachable. Wealth, opportunity, love, these don't require flawless resumes or perfect credit scores. They require readiness of spirit. And you don't prove you're ready by forcing things. You prove it by believing, even when there's no visible proof yet. By declaring, I am open. I am enough. I trust what's coming. Affirmations are one of the simplest but most powerful ways to rewire that inner narrative. When you say, I am worthy of abundance, you're not just repeating empty words. You're anchoring a new truth into your energetic field. When you affirm, I attract money, opportunity, and respect, you are shifting from doubt into trust, from fear into magnetism. And when you say, I receive all the good things life wants to offer, you are softening the resistance, letting go of control, and saying yes to more than survival, saying yes to thriving. So speak those truths out loud. Write them in a journal. Comment them below. Let your inner and outer world begin to reflect the same belief, that you deserve good things not because you've earned them in some rigid way, but because you are willing to grow into them. You were not created to live in lack, Libra. You were made to rise into your gifts, to steward beauty and fairness, and yes, abundance, too. And just remember, the most powerful shifts rarely come with a loud bang. They arrive in soft, quiet decisions. Like choosing to believe you are enough. Choosing to trust your timing. Choosing to stop punishing yourself for past versions of you who simply didn't know better yet. There's a deeper kind of confidence that forms when you release the need to control every outcome and simply begin to embody what you're calling in. This week is more than a window of cosmic luck, it's a mirror. It shows you what you're willing to believe about yourself now. And the good news is, you can change that belief in a heartbeat. You are not your past. You are not your bank balance. You are not your mistakes. You are a vessel of new potential, standing at the doorway of a season that's been waiting for you to say, I'm ready. There's a certain kind of magic that unfolds when belief meets action. And the stories you're about to hear, Libra, are not just exemplus theory mirrors. They reflect what's possible for you when inner trust aligns with outer movement. These real-life stories of fellow Libras aren't meant to impress you. They're meant to remind you that abundance isn't only for the few. It's for those who allow themselves to lean into timing, follow nudges, and say yes even when they don't feel fully ready. Take Lena, for example. She didn't force a breakthrough. She simply responded to a quiet urge to update her old portfolio and repost it. That small act became a channel for an $8,000 art licensing deal. No chasing. No big campaign. Just alignment. It's a reminder that often, the opportunity is already there. It's just waiting for you to take one simple step. Marco's story is equally powerful. A regular office worker, he didn't see himself as someone with investment instincts. But when an old friend casually invited him to put $300 into a fledgling startup, something told him to say yes. He didn't overthink. He didn't ask, "What if I lose?" He asked, "What if this works?" 2 months later, that same startup received $500,000 in funding. That's not luck. That's the return on courage. And then there's Jadea, a single mom with a quiet gift in beauty and aesthetics. She didn't have a full studio. She didn't have thousands of followers. But what she had was a skill, a message, and a willingness to start. She launched an online beauty class and, within the first week, earned $2,000. Was it perfect? No. But it was enough. Enough to confirm that she was on the right track. Enough to prove that she didn't need everything figured out to begin. What do they all share in common? They acted while still unsure. They didn't wait to be qualified by the world. They qualified themselves with belief. They didn't see the full staircase. But they took the first step. And when you're working with cosmic timing, when the astrology aligns and the intuitive energy is this strong, sometimes one step is all it takes to unlock the entire path. There's a gentle principle that echoes through many teachings, ancient and modern alike. You must walk in expectation of what you've prayed for. Not because you're entitled to it, but because you've prepared for it in heart and in spirit. That readiness creates momentum. It creates resonance. And when your energy matches the outcome you desire, doors open. The truth is, abundance rarely shows up like a dramatic windfall. More often, it arrives as a whisper, an idea, a text message, a second chance. But only those who've done the inner work of believing they are worthy will recognize it when it knocks. So, Libra, these stories aren't far from your own reality. They're not reserved for the lucky. They're available to you, too, especially now, as you stand in this rare alignment of opportunity and activation. What matters most isn't what resources you currently have, but how willing you are to trust your timing, honor your intuition, and respond with action. It's not about being fearless. It's about being willing. Willing to take a chance on yourself. Willing to believe in an outcome greater than what your past has shown you. Willing to say, maybe this is my moment. Because maybe it is. Libra, if you've made it this far in our journey together, know this, that is not by chance. The message today, the symbols, the timing, the subtle call to action was for you. And maybe, just maybe, it's the nudge you've been needing to believe in what's possible when you stop doubting your place in the flow of abundance. This video wasn't about predicting your future, it was about helping you remember your power to create it. And sometimes, that starts with the smallest shifts, a decision to believe again, a willingness to clear old energy, or the courage to prepare a place in your life for something greater than what you've known before. This bag for millions we've spoken about isn't just physical, it's emotional, mental, energetic. It's the space you make inside your mind and heart that says, I am not afraid to receive. So let me ask you, softly but clearly, what step are you now ready to take? Will you speak differently to yourself when money is mentioned? Will you follow the next nudge, even if it doesn't make sense yet? Will you begin to treat your ideas as worthy, your voice as valuable, your time is sacred? Because the path to wealth, true wealth, doesn't begin in your wallet. It begins in your beliefs. It begins in the choices you make when no one is watching, and the trust you build with yourself when you move even without a guaranteed outcome. There's something you already know, Libra. You've known it quietly, perhaps for a long time, that you are meant for more than simply getting by. You are meant for alignment, for beauty, for meaningful contribution. And you are allowed to want a life that not only feels balanced but is rich in every way, financially, emotionally, spiritually. You don't need permission. You just need to begin. And that beginning might be as simple as choosing to believe that money is not meant to be chased, it's meant to be welcomed. So today, I invite you to carry this energy forward, not as an idea, but as a practice. Speak those affirmations. Prepare your symbolic container. Revisit your connections. Say yes to what your intuition knows but your logic might still doubt. Because you are not just watching a video. You are standing in front of a doorway. And the key has been with you all along. And now I turn the invitation to you. Will you walk through? Leave a comment below and write, "I am ready to receive my bag of millions." Or, if you've already begun to feel the shift, share with me what signs or feelings have been showing up in your life this week. Your story might be the light that guides someone else. If you found meaning here, if something stirred inside you, I ask you gently, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay close. This is only the beginning of what the universe wants to reveal to you. And here at Zodiac Whisper Tarot, I'll be here helping you remember, guiding you deeper, and cheering you on as you claim every blessing that has always been yours.